Paribhuta Setava Bhavata Kalasa Upasanghita Prabhu Karavamate Kim Anushadi Kinkaran Sri Manava Uchu Manavo Vayam Tava Nideshikanino Titi Jena Deva Paribhuta Setava Bhavata Kalasa Husvasitan Prabhu Karavamate Kim Anushadi Kinkaran Sri Manava Uchu Manavo Vayam Dava Nideshakarino Titi Jena Deva Paribhuta Sevata Bhavata Kalasa Karavamate Kim Anushadi Kinkaran Sri Manava Uchu. All the manas offered their respectful obeisances by saying, Manava, the leaders of the universal affairs, especially in connection with giving knowledge to humanity about how to live lawfully under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vayam, we, Tava, of your Lordship, Nideshakarina, the carriers of the orders, Ditijena, by Hiranyakashipu, the son of Diti, Deva, O Lord, Paribhuta, disregarded, Setava, whose laws of morality concerning the Varnashram system in human society, Bhavata, by your Lordship, Kala, the most envious rascal, Sa, he, Upasanhrita, killed, Prabhu, O Lord, Karavama, shall we do, Te, your, Kim, what, Anushadhi, please direct, Kinkaran, your eternal servants. Translation, all the Manus offered their prayers as follows. As your order carriers, O Lord, we, the Manus, are the lawgivers for human society, but because of temporary supremacy of this great demon, Hiranyakashipu, our laws for maintaining Varnashram Dharma were destroyed. O Lord, now that you have killed this great demon, we are in our normal condition. Kindly order us, your eternal servants, what to do now. Repeat after me. All the Manus offered their prayers as follows.
All Manus offered their prayers as follows.
As your order carriers,
O
Lord,
Lord,
we the Manus
we the Manus
are the lawgivers for human society.
are the lawgivers of the human society.
But because of the temporary supremacy
But because of the temporary supremacy
of this great demon,
of this great demon,
Hiranyakashipu,
Hiranyakashipu,
our laws for maintaining Varnashram Dharma
Our laws for maintaining Varnashram Dharma
were destroyed,
were destroyed.
O Lord.
O Lord,
Now that you have killed this great demon,
now you have killed that great demon.
we are in our normal condition.
We are in our normal condition.
Kindly order us,
Kindly order
your eternal servants,
your eternal servant
what to do now.
what to do now.
Prabhupada's purport. In many places in Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord Krishna refers to Varnashram Dharma of 4 Varnas and 4 ashrams. He teaches people about this Varnashram Dharma so that all of human society can live peacefully by observing the principles for the 4 social divisions and 4 spiritual divisions, Varna and Ashram, and thus make advancement in spiritual knowledge. The Manas compiled the Manu Samhita. The word Samhita means Vedic knowledge, and Manu indicates that this knowledge is given by Manu. The Manus are sometimes incarnations of the Supreme Lord and sometimes empowered living entities. Formerly, many long years ago, Lord Krishna instructed the sun god. The Manus are generally sons of the sun god. Therefore, while speaking to Arjuna about the importance of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Imang vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivaswan manave prabhu praha. This instruction was given to Vivaswan, the sun god, who in turn instructed his son Manu. Manu gave the law known as Manu Samhita, which is full of directions based on Varna and Ashram concerning how to live as a human being. These are very scientific ways of life, but under the rule of demons like Hiranyakashipu, human society breaks all these systems of law and order and gradually becomes lower and lower. Thus, there is no peace in the world. The conclusion is that if we want real peace and order in the human society, we must follow the principles laid down by the Manu Samhita and confirmed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Om again, Timarandasya, Gananjana Shalakaya, Chakshun Militam Yena, Chasma Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Stapitang Yena Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam, Tate Svapadantikam, Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yuta Parakamalam, Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shah, Shri Rupam Sagrajatam, Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakapatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So there's a purpose to life in the material world. Krishna, we come to the material world out of an envious a desire to be the enjoyer, be the controller, out of an envious feeling towards Krishna, misuse of our tiny free will. Tiny free will means we can choose if we want to serve Krishna or not. We'll always be a servant of Krishna. There's no one else exists other than Krishna. Our nature, by our very nature, we are servants, like the word used here, kin karam. Kin means what? Karam means can I do, right? Karam means what can. So the word for servant literally means in English, what can I do for you? It's a very appropriate word for servant. I don't know what the derivation of the etymology of the word servant is in English, but the Sanskrit word is very precise. What can I do for you? And that's we're all servants by nature, and that can never be. That's who we are. That's what we are. We're servants. And Prabhupada often gives the meaning of the word dharma as that which is integral to that specific thing. He usually uses chili peppers and sugar. If you have some sugar, but it's not sweet, and it's not sugar. And if a chili pepper isn't spicy, is not hot, then what kind of chili is that? And so chili is hot, sugar is sweet, and the nature of the soul is to serve. That's our dharma, eternal dharma, the essential quality of the thing that is always there, is never changed. So our nature is to be a servant, and of course, in the material world, nobody wants to be a servant. Everyone wants to be in charge of something. Everyone wants to be in charge of something. If you're a king, if you're a demigod, if you're a vagrant bum on the street, everyone wants to be in charge of something, of someone. And yeah, and nobody wants to be a servant, but that's our nature, to be a servant. If you want to have a family and the husband wants to be in charge of the family, and the wife wants to be in charge of the family too, and the kids want to be in charge of the family too, and everyone wants to be in charge, but within a close family relationship, and there's some love there. There's some love. So love involves surrender. The nature of a loving relationship is there. Some some surrender is involved. I want to be in charge, but I know that I have to take care of this husband, this wife, these children, this people's, because there's love there. Even in the material world, we have some conception of love. Ultimately, love is for Krishna, and love can only be realized in relationship with our eternal relationship with Guru and Krishna, and with the other devotees who are in our family as servants of Krishna. We serve Krishna together, and because of that close relationship centered around Krishna there, so we love Krishna, we love our spiritual master, and we love all the devotees, because we're all working together in a loving connection, harmonious way to serve our spiritual master and serve Prabhupada and ISKCON movement, to serve Krishna. So there's love there. And we see a reflection of that love in the material world, in family and friendship. And it's not eternal, but the concept but because the relationships come and go in the course of time. No relationships in the material world last very long, but while they're there, there's some love, and there's a little bit of happiness. There's some happiness, and there's some surrender and service based on love. When you go to work, you're also a servant, but it's not love, it's a love of money. You don't love an apple or Whoop, or you don't love whoever your boss is, but you may like them, you may develop a relationship with them, friendly, but there's very little love outside of the close family relationship. But anytime there's any love, there's some surrender, some sincere service, even in a company. If you really have some genuine regard and respect for your employer, you're willing to work overtime or willing to do extra work. There's not literally your designated responsibility, because there's some affection. So in our relationship with Krishna, it's all love and it's all surrender, and it's all. So anyway, the point of the Krishna, we come to the material world out of neglect of Krishna, envious feeling towards Krishna, and but now as devotees we have chosen, and we are choosing moment by moment, day by day, minute by year by year, decade by decade, or He is my Lord, birth after birth, to we're choosing voluntarily, continually, in an uninterrupted fashion, to surrender and to our spiritual master, to Krishna, out of not as much love in the beginning. There's love in the beginning, but then that will increase over the course of time. But we all know that that's the goal of everything in Krishna consciousness, to become pure lovers of Krishna, pure lovers of our spiritual master. And the purity increases more and more, then whatever negative things, or whatever lust or greed or envy or all kinds of material considerations are there, they'll decrease. They do decrease over the course of time, as compared to the mango that's not ripe. A mango that's not ripe, it's a mango, but if you eat it, it won't taste very good. But as it's riper and riper, then it's sweeter and sweeter. So we're in the sort of unripe state of our. But inevitably, if you leave a mango sitting on the table, or on the tree, it'll get ripe. That's the law of nature. The law, and it will inevitably it will happen. It will become ripe. So we're in Krishna consciousness, choosing every day, every minute to surrender more and more. And so we're getting riper and riper and sweeter as Krishna's servants. And the power and the effect of the process of Krishna consciousness is sure and guaranteed. It's not like it will work for some people, but it won't work for other people. Krishna consciousness, the process is certain to be effective. We have to play our part. We have to voluntarily surrender at every moment. But Krishna is the main actor. Krishna is the purifier, and when he sees, as he does in all of us here, he sees that all the devotees here are working really hard and so sincere so sweet. I always tell the story of several years ago, there were two girls coming from Nepal for the Sunday feast. Really nice young ladies, and they were really into dancing at the Sunday kirtan. And one of them, one night, she was doing the video while everyone was dancing, and she was dancing too, and all the devotees were going back and forth in kirtan. And so in the beginning, she showed me the video after the kirtan. And so the first part of the video it was facing the deities and taking a picture of the deities. And then after a couple minutes, she turned it around and she was taking pictures of all the devotees going back and forth. And it was a real revelation to me that was like struck me how much when you could see you see the complete sincerity, and you could say, oh, they're not pure devotees, we're not pure devotees, we're just neophyte devotees. All that is true, but all the devotees are so sincere. All the devotees are pure spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. And I could see it in the faces of all the devotees going back and forth, just looking at the deities. And and it struck me at the time that this is what we're looking at. We're looking at Krishna on the altar, and Radharani, but they're looking at us. And this is what they're seeing. They're looking at the innocent, sincere faces of all of us dancing, and it just really struck me at the time. So Krishna we're trying to please Krishna, and Krishna sees our sincerity, and he sees our devotion and dedication. He sees our impurities too, of course, but he knows what to do about that. He knows how to purify us and cleanse us of all the impurities. And he's very good at what he does. He knows exactly what each one of us needs individually for our purification and in his service. And Krishna is an active participant in our lives at every second, every moment. He's not just standing by looking. She came to Mangalarti, that's good. She made a garland, that's good. She cooked my lunch, that's good. She didn't do that, that's not good. She didn't do that, that's not good. Krishna is not just standing by with like a checklist. He's actively participating in our devotional service at every second, and urging us, instructing us, telling us what to do, what not to do, helping us. I always give the example of parents who have a little baby, and when the baby is just starting to walk, the parent, and it's obvious he wants to walk, or she wants to walk, because she sees all the big people are walking. I want to walk too. And so they stand up and they try to walk. And the parents don't just sit there and say, okay, let's see if you can walk now. They hold out their hands and they help the baby take every step. And when the baby falls down, and they help them to their feet, and they say, okay, try it again. So they're active participants in each step of their child's development. And so Guru and Krishna are exactly like that. They're helping us and coaxing us, urging us, sometimes pleading with us, begging us, and sometimes chastising us, and sometimes there are many different ways that the spiritual master and Krishna, they urge us along and bring us along in devotional service, and they're doing it. Anyway, so the Varnashram system, there's a structure that Krishna gives the fallen souls. He doesn't just throw us in the material world and say, okay, you didn't want me, do what you feel, do what you want to do. He puts us in the material world, and there's that allowance to try to be free and to try to be in control of something. But he also gives the Vedas. He gives the Varnashram system. He comes himself as the different incarnations, and he sends his representatives as the spiritual master. He's involved with us every step of the way. He is all in every human culture. Up until the human species, it's automatic progression up until the human species. And then in the human form of life, Krishna reveals himself in some way or other, inserts himself into the consciousness of the human beings, so that in every human species, there's some awareness of God or something great that's far beyond me. And in the most developed culture in India, Krishna comes, or in all over the world in previous yugas, Krishna, the whole Vedic culture is there, and the Varnashram system is there, and but in Kali Yuga, the only remnants of it left are in India, and now, of course, all over the world by the intervention of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada, in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they all take part in the intervention of the Sankirtan movement. And Prabhupada, of course, is the one who ultimately brought it and spread it all over the world. So now it's not just in India that the Varnashram culture is available, but it's throughout the world. And many people all over the world are taking advantage of it. But the whole point of the culture, the Vedic system, is that there's a system that's set up by Krishna. You follow the system, like anywhere you go to college, you go to a new job in some new company, you go to work in the hospital, right away you learn what are the rules for this place that I'm in. There's a system here that everyone follows here, that I have to follow in order to progress and to be a contributing member to this system. And there has to be a system. Otherwise, but what and of course, as the Prabhupada emphasizes in the purport there, that now as Kali Yuga progresses, and not only Kali Yuga, but this is at the time of Hiranyakashipu, where Hiranyakashipu is like, I am the system. You do what I tell you. If I say this is good, it's good. If I say it's bad, it's bad. You thought Vedic culture was good and Brahminical sacrifices were good, but now I'm saying they're bad, so don't do them anymore. You can't do them anymore. Whatever I say is what's good. It's like, and it's more and more all over the world. Like with Trump in the United States now, it's like, I don't care what the laws are, just do what I tell you to do. It doesn't. I don't care what the previous laws were, but do what I say. So of course, as time goes, and the more demoniac the leaders are, the more demoniac their so-called laws and rules and regulations will be. So that now practically all over the world we see there's practically no law. Even where there's law, everyone is just figuring out ways to get around them. And the more money you have, and the more lawyers you have, and the more power in the government you have, the easier it is to get around the laws and say they don't apply to me. Anyway, that's the so-called culture that we live in now. It's a very unfortunate time. But the point of the Varnashram system is still there. It's still available. It's still being acted upon in ISKCON. As far as we have a definite structure within our society, and there has to be structure. Otherwise, everything just falls apart. And everything becomes more and more animalistic and more demoniac. Like in the hippie times in the 60s and 70s, a lot of times they formed communes. And their idea for the commune was, we'll just get a piece of land in Vermont or in Montana or somewhere, and we'll just have a bunch of free people who just love each other and work together in harmony, because it's all about peace and love and plenty of sense gratification too. They never left out the sense gratification part, but we just want to be free. And so when they had kids, babies, or they brought their kids to the communes, they just raised their kids like, oh, honey, just let him develop as he wants. He's a free spirit. He's meant to be, he's a child of God, and he'll be free and he'll be happy. And he doesn't need any structure or he doesn't need us telling him what to do and what not to do all the time. He's a star child. He's a child of God. And that was like a spirit they had. So the kids grow up in that society with no training, very little training, and very little rules and regulations of any kind, and they just, there's like, what can you expect from a kid growing up like that? They're a child of God like everybody else, but if they're not given, if there's no culture, there's no, at least some, when I grew up in most people, there's some culture, there's some go to church on Sundays, there's some regard for authority, there's something there. But if you grow up with practically nothing, then what do you expect? You become just like animals. And anyway, so human life is meant for culture. It's meant for going back home, back to Godhead. And the Vedic culture is a structure that's meant to bring us along in a regulated way, established by God, established by Krishna, given by Manu, and perpetuated in the especially culminating, of course, in the Vaishnava culture. The Vaishnava culture is the culmination of all the Vedic rituals and regulations. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it's me who is to be known by all the Vedas. I'm the compiler of the Vedanta, and I'm the one that's to be known by the study of the Vedas. There's so many rules and regulations in the Vedas, so many things, But the culmination of it, the goal of it is to know and love Krishna. And so in the Vaishnava society, this is the peak or the culmination of the Vedic culture. And yeah, so we're meant to follow it. And ultimately, like the love of the gopis is sometimes referred to as the lawless love of the gopis. There's no law for the gopis in their love and their relationship with Krishna. They act in all kinds, like they ran away to Krishna in the middle of the night for the rasa dance. That's like breaking all the rules. And like for an avadhuta, he doesn't care about this or that. He can run around and dance in the middle of Mumbai or Copley Square, and doesn't care what anybody thinks of him. But he's completely free to act in any way in his love of God, of Krishna. So ultimately, but we're not on that platform, and we don't want, and we have to show an example to society, and we can't show an example to society of lawless love or everyone acting like avadhutas, and we can't act like that anyway. We need the laws, we need the regulations, we need the purification, we need the rituals and all the practices, the regulative principles, the japa, the Mangalarti. Prabhupada established he didn't establish right away a very strict morning program, but after a little while he saw that, as Tradas was telling us the other day, that after a year or two, Prabhupada saw that the devotees needed more structure, especially the morning program. And so the morning program is a very key function, essential part of the life of the devotees in Krishna consciousness. And it's all for our elevation, our progress, and it's all for giving an example to society. Like, you can come here, you can live here, and you can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you can go to the morning program, you can have assignments, you can go down to the kitchen and wash the pots. You're going to know what to do. We have a structure here. All you have to do is come and join in with the structure that's already existing. You just have to just come and join in. And you can do it too. Okay, so I'll stop there. Any questions or comments on anything?
Hi, Vishnu Prabhu. Thank you so much. After such a long time, I just said that Krishna is not making a checklist.
No.
Krishna is not doing a checklist, and like a parent
Yeah.
takes care of the child.
Yeah.
Repeated fall, but he helps so that the child walks one day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it said that everyone will get the mercy except the one who is crooked. So,
well, my experience is that Krishna brings everyone along. But there can be some, there can be some delays. And
ultimately, everyone has to go, but the crooked will have to go through a hard lesson.
There'll be Krishna is basically just very kind and very gentle, but he's also strict too. He definitely has his strict side. And so, like Prabhupada told the devotees, the first devotees on the first Radhastami, he said on Janmashtami we fast till midnight because Krishna is strict. But on Radhastami fast till noon because Radharani is very soft. Lessons in a more difficult way. Persons, devotees who are softer and gentler and more humble and more submissive, they can learn their lessons in a much easier way. Krishna takes care of everyone. And that statement I have on my door upstairs which is most important, I'm not saying most, anyway, I put it on my door. No one can escape the loving network of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, there are statements like that, of course. The crooked can't get the mercy, but then there are statements like that no one can escape the loving network of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Because in Bible, how you treat your neighbor. How's that statement? So the same way being Krishna conscious means being conscious of Krishna as well as Krishna's part and parcel.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are thinking we are Krishna conscious or we are Guru conscious,
Yeah.
but we mistreat so many people and then there is duplicity. So in that case, where does the sadhana goes?
It's
mentioned in the scripture that the sadhana then instead of nourishing the bhakti lata, it start nourishing the weeds.
Yeah, I mean the sadhana, you keep doing the sadhana and stop mistreating people. I mean, it's definitely, you're gonna, if anyone is mistreating any other devotee or neglecting, showing disregard for other devotees, they will have to learn some hard lessons in the course of time. And Krishna is expert at providing hard lessons, and they will be there. And the person is not that, I'm watering, is not like, somebody's watering the weeds because he's offensive, so he should stop chanting. No, because he's watering the weeds. No, yeah, he should keep chanting. And although it would be more difficult for him to chant, more difficult to follow the sadhana, but he should never stop.
Yeah.
And Krishna will show us. Krishna, process of Krishna consciousness can be very, very quick, or it can take a much longer time and much harder lessons. But Krishna doesn't give up on us. He never gives up on us. He never says, oh, no, forget it.
Because of envy only we are in the material world. So we don't learn our lesson. We are envious. Of envious person cannot enter Goloka, isn't it?
Yeah, well, as devotees, as devotees, we've decided, we've made a definite statement to Krishna that I've decided I'm not envious of you anymore.
Because the competition between the gopis is the transcendental competition, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one gopi is doing more service, the other gopi feels that I should do more service.
Yeah.
That one gopi is rendering service. What happened? Anyone? Huh? One gopi comes. One gopi is doing nice service to Krishna.
Yeah.
Then the other gopi takes the positive inspiration. Oh, this gopi is serving Krishna so well, I'll also do more service. Not that any gopi wants to replace other gopi and take away that gopi's seva.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's so many statements. Radharani is always trying